OSPF Plain Text Authentication. You can enable authentication in OSPF in order to exchange routing update information in a secure manner. OSPF can either be, OSPF authentication can either be none or null, simple, or MD5. The authentication method none means that no authentication is used for OSPF and it is the default method. With simple authentication, the password goes in clear text over the network. With MD5 authentication, the password does not pass over the network. MD5 is a message digest algorithm specified in RFC 1321. MD5 is considered the most secure OSPF authentication mode. When you configure authentication, you must configure an entire area with the same type of authentication. There are three different types of authentication supported by OSPF. Three different, yeah. So one is null, two is, let me just talk about null first. Null authentication. This is also called type 0 and it means no authentication information is included in the packet header. It is the default. Next is plain authentication, text authentication. This is also called type 1 and it uses simple clear text passwords. MD5 authentication. This is also called type 2 and it uses MD5 cryptographic passwords. Of course, I got this from this link here, cisco.com. And yeah, so let's talk about the configuration. I have this topology that I'm going to use in this video. And yeah, so both R1 and R2 are in OSPF area 0, and they are using this subnet. So R1 is .1 and R2 is .2, and that's it. And I can show you I was testing this myself earlier, or I actually did the configuration already, but let me just show you how I did it. So this is the IP address on R1, and this is the IP address in R2. And if we just ping R2 from R1, ping works. And I can also show the OSPF configuration on R1 and on R2 as well. So I'm not advertising any, no, I'm advertising this route, or I'm running I'm running OSPF on this link, and at the same time advertising this network. That's how it works. Let me just check. But of course, this is the one that is installed because this is directly connected. I think you can actually say, check this. Yeah, link ID. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about this command in this video yet, but this is how you actually check the OSPF database table, which where you can see these things here. All right, next is, I think I already configured plain text authentication on the interface level, as it says here. Let us just verify that. Oh, I removed it. So there's two ways that you can configure plain text authentication, uh, interface level or wide area or area level. And this is how you enable it on the interface level, this is the command, and this is how you specify the password itself. And you can see here that on R1, I'm not enabling it on the interface itself, but on R2 I do. I do enable it on the interface. And we can see that OSPF neighbor, yeah, the neighborship is still established or full. Yeah, and here. Okay, let me go back to that output. Let me do the same command on R2. Okay, so I can actually remove this here because I have enabled authentication or plain text authentication in the entire area. In this case, area 0. Area 0. So I'm going to remove this command here from the interface itself. Here, we don't need that there. In this case, at least, because we already have configured, like I said, enabled it in at the area level, and you can see that authentication, OSPF neighborship is still working between these routers. Okay, so yeah, this is how you enable it. This is the command here on the interface level, and this is how you enable it um, in the entire area. Enable plain text. Let me change this in the entire area. And of course, this is the verification commands, which is I already used this command here. I just did that command. Yeah, state is still full, so that looks good. Let's check this command. So we see here that simple password authentication is enabled, and we should see the same on R2. Yeah, here. Okay, and of course you can also use this debug command just to see how the uh, authentication is to see authentication in action. But I did not do it in this case, but we have verified it anyway. So yeah, that's how you can configure plain text authentication at the interface level and in the entire area and in the entire area. And these are the commands here: interface level and area level. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.